Guys, welcome to What's Barking Local. My name is Jerry Miller. It's great to be with you here in our I Love CVille studios. We are live in Charlottesville, Albemarle County, Central Virginia, the Commonwealth, the country, and the world of the I Love CVille Network. The whole premise of this program, which is the brainchild of the fabulous Patty Zeller, is the best of the animal community in Charlottesville and Central Virginia. It's powered by Animal Connection in the McIntyre Plaza. This store is making Charlottesville better. It's making Central Virginia better. Support the businesses and brands that embody those qualities, and undoubtedly, Patty Zeller does. Judah, studio cam, then two-shot.
Oh, boy.
With Patty. I like that color on you. How are you?
Very vibrant, isn't it?
And it's like a spring sprung.
Spring has sprung.
Has it?
Fall has fell.
How is your, I've been meaning to ask you this, because you have a green thumb.
Yeah.
With the springy weather here, has your garden sprung?
We're working on it now. We installed 6 new raised beds.
Wow.
Last week, and dirt's coming this week, and we are ready to be farmer central. Yep, we're ready.
They are, guys. Can I say Conrad is the mayor of Hogwaller?
Captain of Hogwaller.
The captain of Hogwaller. Right. So they're in the heartbeat of Charlottesville, Virginia. Welcome back. You were missed.
Thank you. I understand Mary did a great job in my absence. Mary Burkholz with Caring for Creatures. Always great to have on the show. And I'm sure you guys had an awful lot to talk about.
We did.
Yeah.
Mary, you're great at Caring for Creatures. We miss you. We really missed Patty.
Oh.
Tell us what you did.
Well, I went to the Global Pet Show, and for anybody that is not familiar with this, it is huge. It's where anybody that wants to be taken seriously in the pet retail world goes to look at new brands, new toys, foods, you name it, attend seminars, and just really find out what's really going on in the pet food world. And we did a lot of buying. I was the speaker on a panel about social media.
Nice.
Imagine that.
That's
Woo,
right. You're good at it.
So that was kind of fun, and got to hang with some of my gal pals and bougie Chris and all kinds of fun people. Yeah, Trace and Nancy and Pamela. You guys know who you are, and we had a big fun.
That's good.
So,
Did you miss the store? Did you miss Animal Connection?
Of course I did. It was nice to get a little trip.
Right. I think folks that are watching the program, we work so much in it. A little respite is welcome, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, we really didn't get a chance to enjoy any of the weather, and it was cold down there. People were freezing. But basically, when we go to the show, we're on a trade show floor from 7 a.m. and then out with suppliers for dinner afterwards. So there's, you're busy from
grinding.
7 to 10. Yeah, it's a busy time.
Well, welcome back. The show was not the same without you.
Oh, thank you.
You have a notebook chock full of goodies.
I do. So things are happening really big at Animal Connection right now. All of our new things are starting to come in that we bought at Global Pet Market. We've got a big event happening between now and March 17th, and we're going green. Everything's green. We are helping Green Dogs Unleashed. And we have a whole lot of their swag. I mean, the coolest mugs and travel mugs and dog toys, shirts, you name it. We have a whole lot of their swag in the store, and we're going to sell it to raise money for Green Dogs. And then, oh my goodness, we've got the pot of gold happening on St. Patrick's Day with some big surprises. You're just going to have to go to our Facebook page and see what's going on, or Instagram.
Beth Meeks, welcome to the program.
Yeah.
Your buddy Mark is watching the show right now. Folks in Crozet and Charlottesville, welcome to the program. Folks like Amy Hutchison-Williams, Cameron Wells-Marsh, and Brent Lillard. Green Dogs Unleashed doing amazing things.
They are. I mean, gosh, they got in 13 puppies over the weekend, and another dog that's getting ready to have puppies. So, and this thing with the virus is kind of a real deal. Erica was calling us today. They can't get Clorox or Clorox wipes, and to keep the kennels clean because it's wiped out everywhere.
Sold out.
So we're trying to help them find some supplies somewhere.
What do you make of that virus?
People are stocking up. We're taking some steps at Animal Connection. We're offering, if you don't want to get out of your car, you just call us up. We will bring whatever you want to the car. We're going to start in-town delivery.
This is huge, guys.
This is a big deal for us. So we are going to be delivering with a minimum purchase to downtown Charlottesville, Belmont, Woollen Mills, possibly Pantops, definitely Fifth Street, Avon Street area. So we are taking that step, and that's something we've been wanting to do. Anyway, this is just inspiring us to do it a lot quicker.
In-town delivery for Animal Connection, and I want to emphasize this: support the businesses that are in the community. This is a big step.
It is a huge step, especially for a store like us, to offer same-day delivery, folks. Chewy can't do same-day delivery,
this
folks.
This is better than Chewy and Amazon.
This beats the heck out of them, so shop local.
I again respect your vision and your willingness to take and try new things.
Well,
it's gutsy.
You know what?
Self-serve dog wash.
Right.
Dog fest.
Right.
Grooming.
Right.
I mean, taking the idea from your garage to a leased property.
I mean, and all the cool events that we've got planned, for the spring and for the year. One thing online can't do is they can't compete on in-store experiences and service. So, boom, we've got it going for us. Two
of the key personnel that contribute to the in-store experience here today.
They are in the house. The ladies of the grooming department are here. I am so excited. I've been wanting to have them on for weeks. So this is Carole Heller, who's our senior groomer.
What's up, Carole?
And Maleah Short, who's second in charge groomer. And these ladies do a fantastic job with any breed, any challenge. I mean, whether it's a dog that's scared or a dog that's so matted you can't even get a comb through it. They are patient, they are willing, they are tenacious. They know their breeds inside and out, and they are willing to do it all.
I love it.
So let's give the show to them.
Welcome to the show. Carole, we're going to start with you. You speak animal.
She does.
I see it. I literally saw it.
She has a great connection with them.
Yeah. I saw it with Liza. I've seen it with other dogs that you groom. Dogs that some folks that are not in that dog's family would be nervous about petting, let alone shearing, let alone cutting nails, cleaning eyes, getting in the ears. I mean, you do not do that kind of stuff unless you speak dog. First, welcome to the show and introduce everybody to what you're all about and who you are.
I'm Carole Heller. I have about 35 years experience working with animals, mostly small animals, meaning mostly dogs and cats. Got into grooming close to 10 years ago. And yeah, I guess I would say that I have a connection with dogs where I can kind of read them and understand what they're telling me and go from there with them.
He really does. She can do a lot of dogs that have been to maybe 3 or 4 different groomers and did not do well. And they come in, and Carole's got her touch with them, and she tells the owner, well, they did great here. She's very willing to work with them and help them have a great experience.
That is a skill. I mean,
it is
such a skill.
When
did you realize you had that gift?
Oh, I was really young.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. As my mom would have always told me, if there was a dog around, it was coming home with me, whether I wanted it to or not. And dogs would follow me home all the time.
That's
Any
awesome.
stray would follow me.
That's awesome. Let's get Maleah in the mix. And Maleah, we got a West Coast gal in the house. You already getting some props right now. Is it from Jamie Naimi?
Oh, that's my mom.
Well, she's watching the show.
Yay, Mom.
In Olympia, Washington?
Yeah.
She says, I love you, Maleah.
Oh, you too, Mom.
She's watching the show. All right, get a little closer to that mic for us and introduce yourself to the viewing public. Looks like you got Washington watching right now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my name's Maleah, and I moved here from Washington about 1.5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
I decided to move out here to be with my aunt and the horses because I really like that. And then when I went to Patty, I was working at a different grooming shop, and I walked into Animal Connections, and I just loved what she was doing there. All the animals seemed really happy, and Carole was really friendly.
We stole her.
I know you did. I told her. You said it. I didn't say it. You guys straight up
right.
did. What is it you love about grooming?
I just like the challenge with like the different dogs and the different breeds and what the people want. I like to figure that out versus being with customers all day. I think I would struggle a little bit more.
Yeah, and she's really good about getting, I mean, when she greets a dog, she's super about getting down on their level and, making the dog feel like, yay, this is a great place to be. Nothing bad's going to happen here. She's very good about, speaking a language that a dog knows how to understand.
Mark is watching at Animal Connection in McIntyre Plaza right now. He says Carole is the best groomer in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Whoa, there you go.
Maleah, she says, has a way with dogs undoubtedly as well. Carole, I want to get you in the mix, and I've been meaning to ask you this for so long. So I have 2 German Shepherds, and German Shepherds certainly have many kinds of reputations. Loyal, protective.
I don't go by reputation.
I know, that's where I'm going with. Extremely intelligent.
Yep.
Also the reputation of being, if you're not in their pack, maybe a little aggressive. Okay, so where I'm going to go with this is, do you even consider a dog's rep or the
No.
breed's history when you're grooming? I mean,
No.
talk to me. What's the mindset?
Dogs are individuals just like people. You have to read what they're telling you. You have to go by them, not by, I can tell somebody, okay, so they have a miniature Schnauzer and he doesn't like his legs being done. I can tell them, yeah, that's a typical thing that you see with Schnauzers. But when you're grooming a dog, it's all about the individuality. It's what the dog is telling you. It has nothing to do with the breed or their reputations or any of that.
It's interesting to see sometimes. I mean, I listen while you two are checking in a dog, and a first-time owner's coming in and describing the problems that they might have with their dog, and the dog's looking at them like, yeah, right, she doesn't even get me. And these two, you get it. I mean, you understand where the dog's coming from. I would say a lot of the times dogs are coming in. It's not a dog problem, it's a people problem with dog. The dogs will sometimes they bring the people in, to get some help so they can be better understood, right?
Alicia Snyder says, you're awesome, Maleah. I miss you. Throw this to you. Talk to us about how you size up a dog, Maleah, and how you will try to understand them, how you connect with them. What are the things that are going through your mind before you start grooming?
Well, I always take the dog back, and I always let it run around for a second in the back just to see what it's going to do or how it's going to act around me or towards Carole. Then I usually put them on my table, and I do the nails and the pads first, where Carole does that last, just because it'll let me see how they're going to let me handle their legs, their feet, engage the dog a little bit better than just getting it into the tub or just taking it right back and throwing it in a kennel like other places.
Right. Yeah, we don't kennel. I mean, occasionally they might have to wait a few minutes, but we're really picky about, your dog comes at its grooming time and it goes home as soon as it's ready. I mean, why give a dog a great grooming experience and then put it in a kennel for 2 or 3 hours? I mean, you just ruined what you spent 2 hours trying to achieve, with that relationship. Why ruin it?
Cecilia Herring says, Mr. Bentley loves Maleah. Carole, get you in the mix here. Why do you do the nails and the pads last? What's the strategy there?
A lot of my dogs that I do are regulars that I see all the time, so I know how they are. Maleah's adding new dogs to her
Client
schedule.
roster.
Yep, and she has to learn what they're going to do. But the other thing is, my 35 years experience tells me, dogs' feet are not only their way of getting away from things, but they're also their hands that we would use. They touch everything with. So they're more sensitive about having their feet handled. So I want that experience to happen at the end because that's the worst part of it. We want them to have a happy experience at the beginning and then end it with something that they're not going to, be really happy about, so we can get everything else done beforehand.
Well said.
Yeah, exactly. So, and there's things that they've picked up along the way, like how to deal with different breeds. And Charlottesville's a little funny. I mean, I think we have more doodles per capita, maybe than a lot of other towns.
Yeah.
So many doodles.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I mean,
Can I venture a guess?
We have some very unusual doodle crosses. Wouldn't you guys say, with that Bernese? A Bernese doodle cross was
Bentley.
the extra what's the extra doodle? Remember that?
The double doodles.
Double doodles,
Yeah.
extra doodles, an old
That's
English.
Cecilia's dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. An old English sheepdog
Yep.
doodle cross. I mean, we've seen a lot of things, but
Why do you think we have so many doodles in Charlottesville?
yeah.
I don't think it's any different as anywhere else.
Yeah? You just think it's just a popular breed?
It's not a breed.
All right. You're right.
It's not a breed. She's
It's
right.
not a
You're
breed.
totally right.
I think we ought to have a Doodle Palooza event. Wouldn't that be fun? Like a big
That would kill it.
a Doodle Palooza.
That would kill it. Is there a dog breed or a type? Okay, so Carole, let me throw this to you. You are not, I wouldn't say, you are slight but full of fight. If you're getting a dog that is like 150 pounds, 160 pounds, which you've done many times, what is the strategy there? I mean, that dog outweighs you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what's the strategy right there?
Like that giant schnauzer. That guy.
Magnus. Yeah. It's not about the might or the power. It's about working with the animal and dealing with what they're going to do. It's not uncommon for me to use one of the self-serve tubs for a dog like that and actually get in the tub with them. You do what you have to do and work with what they're going to let you do.
That's the truth. I have seen her completely soaking wet to get the job done. Yep. And drying herself off with the dog dryer.
Same question for you,
Above
Maleah.
and beyond.
A dog, a 150-pound dog here. What's going through your mind?
I always wonder where I'm going to start. Like,
Yeah.
we have our basic what to do first, but after that, it's like, how am I going to get this all done? Because sometimes it's a lot of dog to do, and if they, like, start to behave bad or something, it's like, you're going to weigh more than me, and, but that's a...
Or if they want to sit the whole
Yeah.
time and you can't get it done. Yeah.
It's good because Carole will help me. We double team on the dog, so, like, she'll hold and I'll do something, or we'll switch back and
Or
forth.
Mark comes back.
And yeah, Mark does. He helps a
Yeah.
lot too.
Yeah,
he's the muscles.
Mark is the muscles.
That's
You
right.
hear that, Mark? You know Mark is chuckling right now hearing that. Mark, you are the muscles,
That's
baby.
right. That's right. We know what we're doing over there.
What is the, talk to us about the dynamic with grooming. I mean, your book of business is booming. I mean, we have the two best groomers in Central Virginia sitting
Absolutely,
here.
right here.
Give us an insight into the dynamic with you two. I'll throw it to you, Maleah, of like, I mean, you got infinite knowledge right here in Carole. What's the dynamic like back there with you guys?
It's fun.
Yeah?
Definitely fun. It's light.
You can really tell that you guys like what you do, and it's nice to watch you feed off back and forth off of each other, with the experience or whether it's joking or whatever it is. There's a real good yin and yang going on there.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's
Oh, yeah.
happy.
Are the little dogs tougher to groom than the big dogs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah? Why so?
Bigger dogs tend to know that they're bigger, and they tend to give you much more warning that they don't like something than a smaller dog.
For example?
We just did an Airedale this morning. It was a new client. It's a rescue. Also was attacked by a dog that morning. So had a bite on the face. Really had a lot of hard time with us getting around his face, and it just, you gotta judge what they're telling you. And he was moaning at us and kind of trying to tell us, that's a little bit of sore area.
Right, yeah. I'm
Where
not okay with it.
a lot of times a small dog, if you've got something like that going on and they have something that's painful, especially with the seniors, a lot of times their first reaction is just to bite because it hurts.
Right. And they are fast.
Yes.
They will
Yeah.
whip around fast.
What are you thinking, Maleah?
Yeah, I definitely agree with Carole. The smaller dogs are very quick, and they're harder to read, and you don't have a lot of time to get away like you do with the bigger dogs.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's been really injured yet. We have a
Nope.
couple of
No.
bites here and there, but yeah. But there have been a couple times where I was a little worried.
And
Like, don't kiss them.
30 plus years of grooming, you've never been.
No, not 35, 30 plus years of grooming, but 30 years of working with animals.
Okay,
She
30,
was a vet tech before this.
30 plus years
Yeah.
of working with animals, no bite ever?
Oh, no.
Bites,
Even-
but
oh,
no
yeah.
serious bites.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Give us, I'd love to hear a story about, like, one of the most memorable.
The most memorable bite came actually from a cat.
Really?
Yeah.
Would not have guessed that.
Whew, cats.
Yep.
Well, Maleah grooms cats. So, yeah, so this is going to be fun. But cats, when they bite, it's almost like a snake, because they'll bite
Yeah,
and then
latches.
sink.
Yeah.
And they don't let go real easy. Yeah,
Actually,
they're not
they
fun.
vibrate their teeth.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And
What-
there's barbs on their teeth.
And what did you do?
This is not a good story. I was in the veterinary field at the time, and I was restraining the cat for blood draw. And they were doing a jugular, and the cat got away from me and grabbed my hand, so we had to pry the mouth open.
Do what you
sick-
gotta do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark likes being called Muscles. He literally is laughing at the story now. He says, Mark, that's your new nickname, baby. Mark the Muscles.
That's
Muscles
right.
Mark.
Muscles. Yeah. One thing about cats, I always learned that you hold on to that scruff and you don't let go. You let go and you're toast. You just hold on. So they're not easy.
How
But
about this question? Embarrass them a little bit here.
I
Why are
will.
these two the best in Central Virginia at what they do?
because they're patient, they're thorough, they don't miss details, and the animals like them. They listen to direction well, and they deliver. You know, it may not be what the client has asked for, but they deliver what's best for the dog. And sometimes it's our job to instruct, I guess, if you will, the client, like, we know you've asked to shave down your dog, but we can do this instead, and it'd be a little bit nicer, and your dog will be happy. So, they're very good at working with clients and, figuring out what is best for this dog at this moment in time.
Nice
Yeah.
answer. Maleah, how has Charlottesville been for you? 18 months, you said, about?
Yeah.
Okay. 18 months into Charlottesville and Central Virginia. How has it been for you?
It's been good. I've been
Yeah.
doing a lot between Patty and the horses and work. I'm busy, so.
She really likes horses.
I see that.
Yeah.
Janice Kozak Pierce says, you are so lucky to have those two, Patty. They are fantastic.
Yes, they are. Thank you very much.
I love it. I love it. Horses versus dogs. Anywhere you want to go on that topic right there. Two of your passions. What you love about horses, what you love about dogs, similarities, differences, besides the obvious. Curious about temperament.
With horses?
Yeah.
To dogs?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's completely different. Horses are giant teddy bears. You just have to know how to read them and talk to them. With dogs, you get really excited and loud and happy, and you throw your arms up, but you can't do that with a horse because they're fight or flight, so they're going to run.
Horses you're passionate about.
Oh, yeah. I like them too.
Hello from Tail Waggers. Janice is saying hello.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, she's giving you guys some props.
All right.
I'm going to throw this out there. We have some questions coming in. This question is from Keith. He says, do we think that when grooming nails, what is the best way to do this if we wanted to do this potentially at home? And I would get out of the way of this, and I would say just take the animal to animal connection, the dog to animal connection. But how about that question for you guys?
Well, I kind of agree with you. The best way to handle a dog's nails is
Take them to a pro.
with a nail grinder. The trimming a nail with a regular nail trimmer is causing a trauma to the nail. It's going to twist it. They're going to be less appreciative of you trying to trim their nails. I strictly pretty much almost only use a nail grinder now.
There's a lot of benefits to that. It gives the nail a prettier shape, so it's not so rough. And as far as my dogs always would go, I mean, when you're even thinking about doing nails, you're worried, oh my God, am I going to get the quick? I mean, you can see it pretty well on a white nail, but you can't on a dark nail. So now you're nervous, and now you're holding the dog's foot, and you're sending that nervousness to him. Doing that grinder, man, you can just do a little bit and shape it down and put it down and just phew, I got through that a little bit, and just do a few nails at a time. But it's and you want to keep them short. Carole taught me that if the dog's nails are not short enough, they kind of rock back on their heels. Now their shoulders are out of alignment. You've got an older dog whose hips and joints are hurting already. You've got to keep those nails short, and you've got to get the hair out in between their toes so they don't slip on your hardwood floors,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
And there's a lot of benefits to doing it how often nails?
It
4 weeks,
depends
6
upon
weeks?
the dog. Older dogs, I
Yeah.
generally say at least once a month.
Mm-hmm.
Younger dogs, if they're out walking on cement a lot and they tug a bit, they're going to wear down their toenails. So it could be every 2 months.
Right.
Some of the very, very old dogs, you may actually have to do it every 2 weeks or so.
Right. And we brought some things today because I know Maleah and Carole wanted to show some things. We recommend that dogs come in for grooming anywhere between 4, 6, 8 weeks at the most. I mean, we want to see them on a regular basis so we can keep track of their skin and coat and what's going on with their weight or their feet or whatever. But you brought some things by that you can it's show and tell with the groomers of things that people can do pretty easily in between times. So it keeps their dogs in better shape, and it's not so traumatic for them when they do go out for grooming. What you got?
Maleah, get ready for your best
That's
Vanna
right.
White here on the I Love What's Barking Local on the I Love CVille Network.
Show and tell.
What do you got?
I have all kinds of stuff. Right now it's starting to get into allergy season.
Yes.
Everyone's noticing their dogs are itchy, uncomfortable. So I brought a few different options from the store. We have the Vet's Best Allergy Relief, which is really nice, just for an all-over soothing spray. I believe this one is only for dogs, though.
That's really good for their feet too, because they're bringing in the allergens on their feet and on their stomach too, and we see a lot of redness in between the toes at this time of the year. So that's a really good one, isn't it?
It is. And then
Yeah.
I brought grooming wipes for that reason too. If you notice your dog's feet are really red, itchy, they're chewing a lot after they go outside, it's always a good idea to, wipe them off with like a warm washcloth or something like that, just to stop it from being so bad.
Nice. Grooming wipes. Okay. What else
Yep.
you got there?
Oh man.
Shake that up. Should give it a good shake. There you go. This is new. This is Skin
I have
Tonic.
the Skin Tonic spray for
Right.
dogs and cats, and it helps with allergies, bug bites, hot spots, dry, itchy skin, burns, rashes, and more.
Right.
And the cool thing about this is you can use it as many times a day as you want.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about only doing it once. You can do
And
it
it's
as
safe
many.
for cats, which a lot of things aren't. So this is really important. This is safe for cats.
I love it. This right here is calling my attention.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
This is a Zoom Groom, so it's just another shedding tool
Okay.
that you can use for like
Zoom broom.
Zoom Groom.
Okay, Zoom groom.
For like a short-haired lab, chihuahua, pug, anything like that, where some of the other ones can cut the hair versus just pulling it out gently, and you can get like irritation to the skin. This one you can use like all the time.
And those are great in the bath, and we provide them in our self-serve dog wash too. It's like to get the dirt down or to loosen that winter hair and all that yucky stuff. So
One of the
Yeah.
things that people don't realize is short-haired dogs or smooth-coated dogs need to be brushed, and that's one of the best brushes to use because it also stimulates the sebum to come up and spread throughout the body to prevent the itchies and the dries.
right, and doodles shed, and they need those things too. They all dogs have dander, so that really helps with that.
How about this? I have one of these. Give us
You
some
do?
insight. Yeah.
You do? I have two things. So
Oh, boy.
we have a brush and a comb. If you just sit there and just brush your dog every day for like a week, what you're really doing is you're pushing the mats closer down to the skin.
Yeah.
So you need the comb to help you find them and pull them out at the same time.
Okay.
So it's really helpful that these come in a pair. And if you can't do both, I always tell people try to comb their dogs more often than brush them.
What do you think, Carole?
This is called a slicker brush. The slicker brush is really mostly designed to fluff.
Uh-huh.
It can help you get out mats when you find them, but the most important thing is if you got a long-haired dog, to make sure you comb it.
And especially like under the arms, if your dog is wearing a harness all the time, and some people leave harnesses on in the house, and I don't understand that, but they get a lot of matting and that tender skin underneath their arms, and that hurts. I mean, to take it out, or just underneath their stomach. I mean, that skin's very, very tender there, around their ears, around their face. So I would think that comb is probably one of your best tools. I mean, for a lot of different kinds of dogs. And how many times a week? Right?
I would say every day.
Every day.
We got a question coming in. This is from Chris, who's watching in Charlottesville. He goes, ladies, do you recommend a dog or a dog breed that is best for a family that has a lot of kids and a house that's already messy? I'm assuming he's alluding to the shedding and the dirt that comes with a dog.
Or the care.
Or
the hair care.
What do you think about that question, Carol?
Again, dogs are individuals. You have to find a dog that's suited for your family, and I would recommend visiting. If you're going to do rescue, going to shelters and visiting dogs for a while with the kids. Let them see the dog and spend time with them. If you're wanting to get a purebred dog, I would research each individual breed. Everybody has their own preference of personal love of breeds. I'm standard poodles, Wheaten Terriers, and giant schnauzers.
That's what you
Those are my breeds.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will always have them.
How many dogs do you have?
Right now, I don't have any living with me. My son has my other two dogs. I have a standard poodle and a giant schnauzer. I recently lost Roxy, which you saw her. She's a min pin. And that's all I have right now.
But you're waiting for a puppy.
I am.
That's right.
I am.
A Wheatie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the works.
Is that going to happen soon?
Hopefully.
The bun's not in the oven yet.
The bun's
Not
not
yet.
coming yet?
Not yet.
But she's on the list.
How about you, Maleah?
Oh man, I really love grooming like poodles just because they're fun and easy. Right now, I have 2 dogs. I have a golden retriever and a Papillon mix, Mushu.
Nice. How'd you get those dogs?
I rescued Mushu, and then the golden was my aunt's dog.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So, I mean, as far as a dog with kids, if you got a lot of kids, you've got to evaluate whether you've got time
For a dog.
Exactly. Not only for the walking, but for the combing and brushing it's going to take. There's so many people that come in and they want these longer haired dogs, and then they find out they can't take care of them. Now they've taken the protection off of their dog. It's convenient, but their dog's not protected. So it's really need to think hard about that before you get the dog. And they can come to Animal Connection and say, "Hey, I'm thinking about getting, I don't know, a golden retriever." What are the pros? What are the cons? We all know they're very cheerful dogs and great family dogs, but as far as the grooming, what's involved? What am I really going to have to deal with? So, that's a lot to think about.
I totally agree. with that.
So, for your dogs, they're big shedders,
Yeah.
right? You've got a lot of hair, so, but you're not likely to, tangle anything with a German Shepherd.
No,
right?
2 German Shepherds, they do shed, not likely to
Right.
tangle. They're the short-haired ones. We run them super hard outside in the woods.
Right.
A tired dog is a good dog. It was very much a careful assimilation with them and the birth of our son.
Right,
But
right.
now he has become the leader of the pack.
Oh boy.
Just before
Trey has?
Yeah, he's not even 2.
All right.
The dogs
He's in
know
charge.
their pecking order.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, they know that he
Wow.
is higher in the pecking order than them.
Right.
It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not even 2 years old. And he tells them what to do, points down, and they listen to him. They crowd his, not crowd, they rest closely to the high chair.
Oh boy.
Because they're getting he's constantly throwing stuff over. It's
Extra
amazing.
treats.
Extra treats. You guys have crushed it. We're 40 minutes in. It's flown by.
Right.
I'm going to throw this question to you here. And this is important that you answer, Carol.
Oh, no.
And you too, Maleah. One of the things I love about Animal Connection and what the difference maker with Animal Connection for, say, anything you can do online is the knowledge you can get at the store, the education. You cannot get that from purchasing something online. Okay? Give us some
That's
insight.
the truth.
Give us some insight into customers coming in, same with you, and learning and education that they're getting from the store and from you guys.
Well, from us, it's the best thing about it is that we're doing it one-on-one. There's no pressure for me to get through a dog because I've got 3 others waiting. to be done in a certain amount of time. So I can concentrate on that animal, and I can learn about that animal. And what I learn about that animal, I can then relate to the owner. New growths on the dog, sores that they have, anything that I find, I can tell them. If I'm rushing, I'm not going to see those things. And those things are really important, especially to the dog's health. We're always there to help anybody with how they need to groom their dog at home. What do they need to do? If we're grooming their dog, we are there to help them get the haircut that they want and work with them to figure out, well, what length are you going to be able to handle? How often do we need to see them to keep them at this length without the matting? What do you need to do at home? What do we need to do here? And work with them. And you don't always get that with a big grooming salon.
Right. And I'm going to interject something for both of these girls. I mean, they have been great about if rescue groups are in need. I mean, Carole had one that was so matted, the entire coat came off in one piece, a sheet. And then Maleah helped Peaceful Passing with some really old senior dogs that just need a little extra love and attention. And, they're very willing to donate their time to the rescue groups that are in need. And that's, people at these big stores don't have time to do that, and they're not compelled to do that. And that's one really great thing is we do have that. Yes, we're busy, but we do have time to volunteer and make a difference in our community too. So,
How about that question for you?
Well, we're able to notice their skin a lot more, so then we can go to the retail side of it, like to food and what they need, what would help them best, or if they need to have like more moisture in their diet because they're really dry, we can always show them options that way too. Versus if you just go to a grooming store, you're just going to get your dog groomed. They don't care what you eat or what you do after that.
Right, because good grooming comes from the inside out. Good health comes from the inside out. And one thing we're really concerned with at Animal Connection is, Mark and I, we're not groomers, but we know enough about the grooming side that we can talk intelligently about it and help out when needed. And the same thing with Carole and Maleah. They know the food, they know the nutrition, they know the enzymes and what's needed. So it all works hand in hand. And that's why we do what we do.
And that's why
we're the best.
19 years
right.
of success, baby.
That's right. That's why we're the best.
You guys have done fantastic. Thank
I'll
you.
say, yay.
Yeah. Carole,
You're proud.
You're now going to be part of What's Barking Local every single Wednesday.
There you go.
Carole,
Did you just volunteer?
I voluntold her that.
Voluntold her.
The toughest question we ask every show is this one. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready. Go for it.
What's in store for next week, Patty Zeller?
Ooh, we have a really special guest. Well, I mean, all our guests are special, but we have a guy from Champion Pet Foods coming.
Nice.
It's one of the most unique pet food companies in the United States right now. And he's going to come. We're going to talk about why they do what they do. And this company made their own machinery so they could do things differently than all the other pet food companies out there. I mean, just huge things that make them different. And so James Schoolcraft is going to be with us. I'm really excited.
I'm excited too, guys.
Yep.
This is What's Barking Local, powered by Patty Zeller.
Bark local.
Bark Local. Maleah and Carole, thank you. We'll take today's show and we will archive it on animalconnectionva.com.
Yeah.
Great knowledge base of educational videos on animalconnectionva.com. We'll also syndicate it across the I Love CVille Network. Support the small businesses that are making the community better, and Animal Connection most certainly is. It's located in the McIntyre Plaza. Get there, meet the team.
Right.
I think once you do, you're going to fall in love with them and keep coming back and coming back and coming back. For Patty, Carole, and Maleah, my name is Jerry Miller, and this is What's Barking Local, Wednesdays at 3 on the I Love CVille Network. Take care.
Woohoo! All right.
Carole, that was easy.
Way to go. Way to go, guys.
Good work. Good job.
I'm
Good
so
job.
awkward.
You lived. You lived.